Hey there, my name is Julie Fei-Fan Balzer, and I'm a painter, a printmaker, and a collage artist living and working outside of Boston. And welcome to my studio. I am a great believer in notebooks. I'm a fan of notebooks. I have lots of notebooks, and I generally call them all the same thing. I call them studio notebooks. And studio notebooks are just what they sound like. They're notebooks that I use in my studio and for my studio practice. Now, you don't have to have an actual physical art studio in order to keep a studio notebook. For me, studio notebooks are things like sketchbooks, bullet journal, their scheduling notes, their log books. It's all those things that you need to keep track of. Louise Bourgeois, who's a famous artist, or who was, like, well, is she? She's dead. So is she a famous artist or was she a famous artist? I guess she's still famous. We can conjugate grammar later. But the point is, I once read something where she called sketches thought feathers. And I thought that was such a good way of describing what you're trying to do, or at least what I'm trying to do when I write things down in a notebook. I'm trying to sort of catch that idea, catch that moment, catch that thought, whether it's a drawing or a color or just writing pages and pages of notes, because I'm not going to remember it 10 days later, 10 minutes later. I'm just not. I know myself. So I really believe in the power of notebooks, and I thought I would give you a really quick notebook tip. In this video, I am working in my small notebook that I tend to take with me places, and I thought you might enjoy it. So this is a super quick tip. My quick group gives out feedback on little postcards along with what people say. Sometimes it's easier for people to be a little more honest, or if they don't want to speak up in the group and go against it, it goes onto these cards. So I have these postcard envelopes, and the only reason it's important that they're postcard envelopes is because they're smaller than a normal envelope. They're meant to fit a 4x6 postcard. So I'm just going to put a little bit of double-sided adhesive on the envelope, and this way I can keep the comments sort of with the notes, and I'm about to write down sort of my own thoughts about it. These are just a couple of the notes that I took during the conversation, but this just sort of keeps everything together. So one quick tip I'll give you about putting this in is, your logic would say put it with the envelope flap out, but I found that that's more likely that stuff will fall out. If you put it with the envelope flap in towards the inside of the book, it's just less likely that anything accidentally falls out, because you have to really want to open it and pull out what's inside. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write down some of my notes. So just as a follow-up, you can see that I did fill my page with notes. I looked up all the different artists that people suggested, and now everything is all together in my notebook. I really believe in the power of notebooks, and that sounds like the stupidest thing of all, but like, it's writing it down, getting it out of your head, processing through it, having it to look back at later. Like, notebooks are awesome. However you keep them, studio notebooks, studio logs, sketchbook, art journal, like whatever you call it, like notebook yourself. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope that you will subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and do check out my monthly membership at myartpractice.com.